This is Atomic Habits. My name is Chris and I'm a physiotherapy student. Welcome to part 5. The fourth law, make it satisfying. This is chapter 15, the cardinal rule of behavioral change. Karachi had unsanitary conditions that led to widespread illness and disease. Despite the residents knowing the importance of hand washing, many washed their hands in a haphazard fashion. The problem wasn't knowledge, the problem was consistency. As compared with a plain bar of soap, the residents liked the safeguard because of the soap suds, it smelled great, and hand washing was made more pleasurable. Long-term effects are that over 95% of households that got the safeguard maintain hand washing with soap in their household for 6 years later. The cardinal rule of behavioral change is that what is rewarded is repeated, what is punished is avoided. You learn what to do in the future based on what you were rewarded for doing in the past. Positive emotions cultivate habits, negative emotions destroy them. The first 3 laws make it obvious, make it attractive, and make it easy. Increases the odds that a behavior will be performed this time. The fourth law of behavioral change, make it satisfying, increases the odds that a behavior will be repeated next time. It completes the habit loop. But there's a trick. We're not looking for just any type of satisfaction. We're looking for immediate satisfaction. Immediate reinforcement. A habit needs to be enjoyable for it to last. Simple bits of reinforcement can offer the immediate pleasure you need to enjoy a habit, and change is easy when it's enjoyable. Incentives can start a habit. Identity sustains a habit. Eventually, as intrinsic rewards like a better mood, more energy, and reduced stress kick in, you will become less concerned with chasing the secondary reward. The identity itself becomes the reinforcer. You do it because it's who you are, and it feels good to be you. Chapter summary. The fourth law of behavioral change is make it satisfying. We're more likely to repeat a behavior when the experience is satisfying. The human brain evolved to prioritize immediate rewards over delayed rewards. The cardinal rule of behavioral change. What is immediately rewarded is repeated. What is immediately punished is avoided. To get a habit to stick, you need to feel immediately successful, even if it's in a small way. The first 3 laws of behavioral change. Make it obvious, make it attractive, and make it easy. Increases the odds that a behavior will be performed this time. The fourth law of behavioral change. Make it satisfying. Increases the odds that a behavior will be repeated next time. Part 5. The fourth law. Make it satisfying. Chapter 16. How to stick with good habits every day. The paperclip strategy. Trent Dursmint, a 23-year-old stockbroker, began each morning with 2 jars on his desk. One was filled with 120 paperclips, the other was empty. As soon as he settled in each day, he would make a sales call. Immediately after, he would move one paperclip from the full jar to the empty jar, and the process would begin again. Every morning, he would start with 120 paperclips in the jar, and he will keep dialing the phone until he moved all of them into the second jar. Within 18 months, he was bringing in $5 million to the firm. By age 24, he was making $75,000 per year. Not long after, he landed a 6-figure job with another company. Making progress is satisfying, and visual measures like moving paperclips or hairpins or marbles provide clear evidence of your progress. A habit tracker. A habit tracker is a simple way to measure whether you did a habit. The most basic format is to get a calendar and cross off each day you stick with your routine. For example, if you meditate on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, each of those dates gets a cross. As time rolls by, the calendar becomes a record of your habit streak. Don't break the chain is a powerful mantra. Habit tracking is powerful because it leverages multiple laws of behavioral change. It simultaneously makes the behavior obvious, attractive, and satisfying. 1. Make it obvious. Record your last action. Creates a trigger that initiates your next one. Make it attractive. Habit tracking provides visual proof of your hard work, a subtle reminder of how far you've come. Plus, the empty square you see each morning can motivate you to get started because you don't want to lose your progress by breaking the streak. 3. Make it satisfying. It is satisfying to cross an item off your to-do list, to complete an entry in your workout log, or to mark an X on the calendar. Habit tracking also helps keep an eye on the ball. You're focused on the process rather than the result. You're not fixated on getting a six-pack. You're just trying to keep the streak alive and become the type of person who doesn't miss workouts. In summary, habit tracking. 1. Creates a visual cue that reminds you to act. 2. Is inherently motivating because you see the progress you're making and don't want to lose it. And 3. Feels satisfying whenever you record another successful instance of your habit. The habit stacking plus habit tracking formula is: after current habit, I will track my habit. After I hang up the phone from a sales call, I will move one paperclip over. After I finish each set at the gym, I will record it in my workout journal. How to recover quickly when your habits break down. No matter how consistent you are with your habits, it is inevitable that life will interrupt you at some point. Perfection is not possible. Never miss twice. If I miss one day, I try to get back into it as quickly as possible. Missing one workout happens, but I'm not going to miss 2 in a row. Maybe I'll eat an entire pizza, but I'll follow it up with a healthy meal. The first mistake is never the one that ruins you. It's the spiral of repeated mistakes that follows. Missing once is an accident. Missing twice is the start of a new habit. When successful people fail, they rebound quickly. The breaking of a habit doesn't matter if the reclaiming of it is fast. As Charlie says, the first rule of compounding: never interrupt it unnecessarily. This is why the bad workouts are often the most important ones. Sluggish days and bad workouts maintain the compound gains you accrued from previous good days. Simply doing something, 10 squats, 5 sprints, a push-up, anything really, is huge. Don't put up a 0. Don't let losses eat into your compounding. Going to the gym for 5 minutes may not improve your performance, but it reaffirms your identity. Knowing when and when not to track a habit. The dark side of tracking a behavior is that we become driven by the number, rather than the purpose behind it. The human mind wants to win whatever game is being played. We care more about getting 10,000 steps than we do about being healthy. We teach for standardized tests instead of emphasizing learning, curiosity, and critical thinking. In short, we optimize for what we measure. When we choose the wrong measurement, we get the wrong behavior. When the measurement becomes a target, it ceases to be a good measure. If you are not feeling motivated by the number on the scale, perhaps it's time to focus on a different measurement, one that gives you more signals of progress. Chapter summary. One of the most satisfying feelings is the feeling of making progress. A habit tracker is a simple way of measuring whether you did a habit, like marking a cross on a calendar. Habit trackers and other visual forms of measurement can make your habits satisfying by providing clear evidence of your progress. Don't break your chain. Try to keep your habit streak alive. Never miss twice. If you miss one day, try to get back on track as quickly as possible. Just because you can measure something doesn't mean it's the most important thing. Part 5, Chapter 17. How an accountability partner can change everything. A habit contract. Pain is an effective teacher. If failure is painful, it gets fixed. There's a straightforward way to add immediate cost to any bad habit, a habit contract. Brian Harris, an entrepreneur from Nashville, was the first person James saw put this strategy into action. Shortly after the birth of his son, Harris realized he wanted to shed a few pounds. He wrote up a habit contract between himself, his wife, and his personal trainer. The first version read, Brian's first objective for Q1 of 2017 is to start eating correctly again so he feels better, looks better, and is able to hit his long-term goal of 200 pounds at 10% body fat. Below that statement, Harris laid out a roadmap for achieving his ideal outcome. Phase 1. Get back to a strict, slow-carb diet in Q1. Phase 2. Start a strict macronutrient tracking program in Q2. Phase 3. Refine and maintain the details of his diet and workout program in Q3. Finally, he wrote out each of the daily habits that would get him to this goal. For example, write down all food that he consumes each day and weigh himself each day. And then he lists out the punishment if he failed. If Brian doesn't do these 2 items, then the following consequence will be enforced. He will have to dress up for each workday and each Sunday morning for the rest of the quarter. Dress up is then defined as not wearing jeans, t-shirts, hoodies, or shorts. Also give Joey, his trainer, $200 to use as he sees fit if he misses one day of logging food. At the bottom of the page, Harris, his wife, and his trainer all signed a contract. James's initial reaction was that a contract like this seemed overly formal and unnecessary, especially the signatures, but Harris convinced James that signing the contract was an indication of seriousness. Anytime he skipped this part, he started snacking almost immediately. 3 months later, after hitting his targets for Q1, Harris upgraded his goals. The consequences escalated too. If he missed his carbohydrate and protein targets, he had to pay his trainer $100. If he failed to weigh himself, he had to give his wife $500 to use as she saw fit. Perhaps most painfully, if he forgot to run sprints, he had to dress up for work every day and wear an Alabama hat the rest of the quarter, the bitter rival of his beloved Auburn team. The strategy worked, with his wife and trainer acting as accountability partners, and with the habit contract clarifying exactly what to do each day. Harris lost weight. Chapter summary. The inversion of the 4th law of behavior change is make it immediately unsatisfying. We are less likely to repeat a bad habit if it's painful or unsatisfying. An accountability partner can create an immediate cause to inaction. We care deeply about what others think of us, and we do not want others to have a less opinion of us. A habit contract can be used to add a social cost to any behavior. It makes the cost of violating your promises public and painful. Knowing that someone else is watching you can be a powerful motivator.